Hi, I'm Andrea. Thank you so much for joining me for this 30-minute yoga practice. I do have a yoga mat, but if you're without one, find a place in your house that's got some carpeting. Maybe you've got a sturdy rug, something that's not going to slip out from underneath you, nothing too slick or hard. I've got 2 yoga blocks. A great substitute for those would be 2 thick books. And I encourage you to use the things in your house that are helpful. Maybe a cushion from your couch to pad something or to sit on. You can use the arm of a sofa or a wall to help with balance. We'll start seated. Any way that's comfortable, really. I'm going to suggest that maybe you take one of your books or blocks or a cushion and place it in between your heels and sit back on it. If this isn't working for you, just like every other pose we do, make it your own. Find something that does work for you, and props can be a big part of that recipe. Palms up or down on your lap, and then it's a matter of landing. So you can close your eyes if you're comfortable with that, or just divert your gaze. And let's stop so that we can start. Start to notice your breath, its rise and its fall. Notice where your mind wanders off to and ask it to come back here to the rise and the fall of your breath. And then blink your eyes open. Move the prop that you may have been using to sit on out of your way. And we'll line up. I'm coming off my mat so that I'm a little clearer to see. But we'll come to hands and knees. And we want to align our shoulders over our wrists. So we'll start with that understanding of an alignment. And then right hand, right knee, left foot all down the middle of your mat. You can curl your right toes under and even pad this right knee if it's helpful. Hug your right hip underneath you and bring your left hand onto your hip. We're not collapsed into our right shoulder. We want to push that ground away and then either stay like this or possibly lift our left leg, maybe even lift our left arm. There'll be some wobbles. With wobbles, I hope giggles. And we'll do our best here in a side plank, breathing. 2 more. Put that left foot down. You can bring your left hand onto your hip again. And then we make our way onto all fours and into side 2. So again, shoulders over wrists. We'll align left hand, left knee, right foot down the middle of our mat. You can curl those left toes under. Right hand on your hip. Hug that left hip underneath you and oomph into that left arm. This is plenty. If it makes sense, you can lift that right leg and even reach your right arm to the sky. And then we pause here, finding a bit of balance and breathing. Let's stay for 3 and 2. And then return that right hand onto your hip, your right foot onto the ground. And again, we come to hands and knees. We'll find that alignment of shoulders over our wrists, and we're not collapsing into our shoulders. So when you push the ground away, you can feel that there's a little core work as well. Now let's step our right foot back as if we're flirting with a plank position, because actually we're flirting with a plank position. And push the ground away evenly in both hands. Bring your right knee down and we'll do the flirt on the left side. So step your left leg back, oomph into your arms. Feel that the oomph is bringing you into a trunk stability, sensibility. And now bring your left knee down onto your mat. Curl your toes under if they're not. And imagine a hook in your tailbone as you push down into the ground and push the ground away from you, and we'll come into our first downward facing dog together. So hips lift up and back. Walk your feet as wide as your mat, bend your knees, exaggerate the push and lengthen through your torso. So your hips are doing the lifting, but your torso feels like it's benefiting from that lift. Walk your feet carefully to your hands. We're hip distance and parallel. Bring your hands to your shins and glide them up as you lift your heart, inhaling. Slide them down a little bit, exhale. We'll inhale, rise, reach. Thumbs to the sky, a V, and then we stand with our arms along our sides and our palms facing out. A light bend in our knees so we don't feel locked into anything. There's a soft sensibility. Inhale, V-shape your arms overhead. Exhale, hinge at your hips, hands to your thighs or shins or ankles. Slide your hands up, inhale, and then bend your knees deeply. We're headed to down dog. So your palms need to get flat on the ground. We'll push the ground away and lift our hips up and walk back into our inverted V. You might have your feet hip distance now, or even a little bit wider than hip distance as we did before. And now, just as we flirted with, we come into a plank with our shoulders over our wrists. We'll need that core sensibility. And then bring your knees down onto your mat. Let it be a little further back in space than it was when we were on our hands and knees. And then check in once again that there's not a collapse in your shoulder girdle. Shift a little bit forward so it feels like you catch yourself in your fingertips. And then as slowly as we can, and we continue to push the ground away, we'll lower all the way onto our bellies. Once we're on our belly, uncurl your toes. Bring your arms alongside you, palms face down. Press into your palms, and then smile your collarbones. Not really your chin, but your collarbones as we come up into a little bit of a careful back bend. It's as if you're trying to tuck your tailbone, although that's not really quite going to go anywhere because the ground is there. And you're lengthening through your legs, pressing into the tops of your feet until your kneecaps come off the ground. Stay here, or maybe drift your legs off the ground back behind you if that's too much for your low back. Press those feet back down again anytime. And you might even hover your hands, and now we've got a hum of muscles working in our back body. Remember this feeling of these muscles as you lower down, and situate your hands next to your floating ribs. Instead of floppy wings out to the side, let's be aerodynamic with those elbows alongside us. Activate your legs, pressing those tops of your feet down once again. And then traction yourself into a cobra, but let's continue to feel our back body muscles. Lower down, curl your toes under. In one piece, we come to all fours. And from all fours, we lift our hips up and back into our inverted V, our down dog. Walk your feet forward to your hands. We arrive hip distance and parallel. Slide your hands up, inhale. Glide your hands down, exhale. Inhale, rise, reach, thumbs to the sky, a V, and then we stand in our mountain with our palms facing out. Let's flow. Inhale, V shape. Exhale, hinge, hands to thighs or shins or ankles. Slide your hands up, inhale, bend your knees deeply, palms go flat. We step into our inverted V, our down dog. Our hips are lifted high, and then we come to plank and aim our shoulders over our wrists. Carefully place your knees down. Continue to push the ground away as you lower to your belly. Uncurl your toes. It's a cobra pose. We're active in our legs. And then lower down and curl your toes under. Come through all fours. And then let that hook in your tailbone return you to down dog. Remember, we're pushing down into the ground and away from us with our arms. And then walk your feet forward to your hands. Hip distance and parallel. Slide your hands up. Inhale. Glide your hands down. Exhale. We will inhale, rise, reach, thumbs to the sky, V. And then pause with our arms along our sides. One more time, just like that. Inhale, V. Exhale, hinge, hands to thighs, maybe shins or ankles. Slide your hands up. Inhale, bend your knees deeply enough that your palms go flat. Push down and away in your down dog. And then come into a plank, shoulders over wrists. Carefully, knees come down. We push the ground away and lower all the way to our belly. Uncurl your toes, cobra pose. Lower down in one piece, curl your toes under, it's all fours. And then the hook in our tailbone takes us to down dog. And then we'll walk our feet to our hands, hip distance and parallel. Slide your hands up, inhale. Exhale, fold back in, hinging. And then we inhale, rise and reach. We'll pause here in our mountain pose. Step yourself wide, and once we're wide, reach your arms so that our ankles are aimed underneath our wrists. It's our starting point. Turn your right leg out so that this right foot is facing the short edge of your mat, and then sneak your left heel back at a 45-degree angle. When we bend our front knee, we want a vertical line from our knee to our ankle, so that might take a little adjusting of our stance. Pause here just a moment, feeling your arms wide, your belly lifting, so low belly lifting, and your right hip hugging underneath you instead of that hip swinging back behind us. We'll take our right forearm across our right thigh and our left arm up to the sky. We'll come back to Warrior Two, so that's our arms reaching wide. And then ever so lightly, left hand on our left thigh, right thumb to the sky. It's a reverse warrior, they call it. Come back into your Warrior Two, straighten that front leg, lower your arms, and we'll turn the whole boat around. So turn all toes to face the long edge of your mat, and then turn from your left hip, your left foot to face the short edge of that mat. And we'll sneak our right heel back, bend our front knee, and look for that vertical line. We may need an adjustment yet again. Our arms are wide, our left hip is hugging underneath us, our left thigh bone is moving towards the left. And then we'll take our left forearm across our thigh and our right arm up to the sky. There's no crumble into our left shoulder. We make our way back to our Warrior Two, upright. And then careful as can be, our right hand goes on that right thigh and our left arm just angles up to the sky. A little bit of a reach towards the ceiling for that reverse warrior moment. Then back to our Warrior Two, straighten your front leg, turn all toes to face that long edge, turn your right leg out, cheat that left heel back. We're making it a dance as we bend our front knee, and then we take our right forearm across our thigh, our left arm up to the sky. We come back into our Warrior Two, and then our left hand light as a feather on our left leg as our right arm reaches skyward. We're back to our Warrior Two. We straighten our front leg and turn all of our toes to face the long edge. Then we will turn our left leg out, cheat that right heel back, and bend our front knee. It's left forearm across our thigh, right arm up to the sky. And then we come back into our Warrior Two and take our right hand, light as a feather, on our right thigh, left arm to the sky. We're back into our Warrior Two, straighten that front leg, turn all toes to face the long edge, and then we heel toe. Make our way back to the front edge of our mat, and we'll link together, flow together, our sun salutation and that warrior dance that we just did. Don't worry, I'm going to walk you through it. So we will inhale, a V shape. Exhale, hinge at your hips, hands to thighs, shins, or ankles. Inhale, lift your heart. Palms go flat on the ground and we step to our down dog. So remember, we're pushing the ground away and coming into our inverted V. Now bring yourself into plank, shoulders aim right over wrists, and we carefully bring our knees down, and then we lower all the way to our belly. Uncurl your toes, let it become a cobra pose. And then we lower down, curl our toes under, and come through all fours, and then to down dog. Our hips lift us up and back. Lift your right leg back behind you, and then swoop that right foot forward, and sometimes it takes helping it along. You can bring your two blocks into the mix, or your books if that's helpful. Sometimes that can be a little bit helpful here. And then let's bend our back knee and climb our hands up onto our right thigh. Then V-shape your arms, and we're in what's called a crescent pose. This is going to launch us into the warrior pose dance. So bring a prayer in front of your heart. Drop your back heel and open your body up to the left side of your mat in the warrior two. So right knee is bent, right hip is hugging underneath us. Right forearm across your thigh, left arm up to the sky. Come back into your warrior two. And remember, it's light as a feather with our left hand on the back leg. Right arm is reaching up to the sky. Now come back into forearm across the thigh and carefully spin on your back toes and bring your hands to blocks or books or the ground. Move those out of the way as we step to our down dog. Hips are lifting us up and back. Stay here if you'd like to, or come into a plank position. Let your knees come to your mat, push the ground away as we lower to our belly. Uncurl your toes, let it become a cobra pose. And then we'll lower down, curl our toes under in one chunk, we come to all fours. And then it's hips up and back for down dog. From down dog, lift your left leg back behind you. And then swoop it through, and if it needs it, help it along. You can trot your blocks in, that might help to steady things here. And then we'll bend our back knee and climb our hands on top of our left thigh. So we're uprighting our torso and constructing this crescent pose. V-shape your arms. You can keep the bend in your back knee or move that a little bit towards straight. Then a prayer in front of our heart, we drop our back heel, and you can inch this left foot over to the right a little bit as we open our arms into our warrior two pose. Then it's left forearm across our thigh, right arm reaches straight up to the sky. Come back into your warrior two, light as a feather with your right hand on that right leg, left arm reaches skyward. We come back to forearm across the thigh so that it's a little easier to maneuver, spinning on our right toes, finding our blocks or books maybe with our hands. Then we'll move those out of the way so that we can step into our downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, walk your feet to your hands, hip distance and parallel. Lift your heart, inhale. Fold as we exhale. We'll turn it into chair pose, bending our knees and V-shaping our arms. Our weight goes back into our heels, and then it's a prayer in front of our heart. Left elbow either inside of your left thigh or outside of your right thigh as we make a twist happen here. We'll inhale and grow long through our spine, and then we'll exhale and carefully, lovingly nudge into a twist. Come back to center, V-shaping your arms, and then stand it up and float your arms along your sides, pausing in between the sides of our twist. Once again, it's a chair pose, and then hands into a prayer, and right elbow on the inside of your right thigh, or right elbow on the outside of your left thigh. Every inhale you grow taller through the spine, and then every exhale we nudge our way into a bit of a twist. We'll come back down the middle, V-shaping our arms, and then stand up and float our arms along our sides. Inhale, V-shape. Exhale, hinge hands to thighs or shins or ankles. Slide your hands up. Inhale, palms go flat. We step to down dog. From down dog, we lift our right leg behind us and we step it forward, maybe helping it along. You can climb up onto your thigh, but we make our way to crescent pose like we did before. And then hands in a prayer, we drop that back heel, maybe heel toe our right foot over to the left a little bit and open our arms for warrior two. It's a forearm across our thigh and our top arm up to the sky. Then we come back to warrior two and light as a feather, take that left hand down our left thigh. Return your forearm across your thigh, coming through warrior two. And then carefully, this is a little bit different, spin on your back toes, arrange your hands on your books or blocks, heel toe that right foot over to the right. Keep your left hand on your block, reach your right arm up to the sky for a little twist here, just for a moment. Unwind it, move your blocks, step to down dog, pushing your mat away from you and lift your left leg behind you. swoop that left foot through and climb up into your crescent pose. You can do that on top of your thigh. You can use your blocks if you'd like to. Make a prayer in front of your heart. Drop your right heel, your back heel. You can inch that left foot over to the right a little bit. Arms are wide for our warrior two. It's a forearm across our thigh. Right arm up to the sky. We come back to warrior two. Right hand light as a feather. Through our warrior two, and its forearm across our thigh. And this time as we spin on our right toes and walk that left foot over to the left, blocks can be very helpful. Right hand remains on the ground. Left arm reaches up to the sky. And then we will unwind, move our props out of our way, step to down dog. And from down dog, come to hands and knees. And once we're on our hands and knees, keep your toes curled under and bring yourself kneeling. If that's your cue to bring something like a cushion or a folded blanket under your knees, do that. V-shape your arms overhead. Let your right side grow long and your left side grow long. And then place your thumbs on your sacrum. That's the triangle there at the base of your spine. Just like our cobra pose, we're not winging our elbows out to the side. And we'll just grow up tall. We're not throwing our head back, but we're letting our front body open. We're feeling a little bit of shoulder blades moving towards each other. It's the antithesis of what we might do when we're slumped in front of our computer. And then gently release. You can scoot your blocks out of the way. Make your way into downward facing dog. Lift your right leg back behind you. Step that right foot forward and lower your back knee to the ground. I like to take my two blocks stacked on top of each other, and then humble warrior with my forearms on my blocks. Padding on that left knee might be helpful. You don't have to be on your forearms at all. You can stay on your hands. And then let's get quiet here and stretch. We'll straighten our front leg, take our blocks and frame that right leg. And you might slide your right heel forward or your left knee back a little bit to deepen the stretch, but we're not chasing too much sensation. What we really want is for the porridge to be just right, enough that it's interesting, but not so much that we have to keep fidgeting. And then let's think of this as a stretch into meditation. Bend your right knee. And I like to take a block so there's something for me to aim towards as we sit into what might turn into a bit of a single pigeon. So this right foot just slides across to the other side of your mat a little bit. And you can sit side saddle and it might just stay this way. That's fine. It could be that you think about that crescent pose that we did and you curl your left toes under, those back toes under, and think about swooping that right side of your waist forward a little bit. Be cautious of this right knee. Find a place where the porridge is just right. And let's stay with this stretch for a moment. You might lose the block, you might not need it, but I think a lot of us will benefit from keeping it there. And you can even come onto your forearms here if you want to. We'll be silent for 45 seconds together here. from wherever you are, make your way to hands and knees. So move slowly, move carefully. Hands and knees. We'll simply step our left foot forward now, and we're in our humble warrior positioning. You can stack your 2 blocks and come onto your forearms. You may not even need to do that. You can just stay on your hands. And then we find this stretch for a stretch of time. Make it that hamstring stretch, so we straighten our left leg. We'll frame our left leg with our 2 blocks possibly, and you could slide that left heel forward, your right knee back to any extent. Let's pause with this stretch. And now rebend that left knee. This is the side saddle where I use a block as something to aim for. And it can stay side saddle the whole time. It could be that you curl your right toes under, your back toes under, and think about aiming yourself right side of the waist a little bit forward. We're not forcing anything. Some of you will come off of that block. Maybe you come onto your forearms, and then we just pause a moment here. Once again, make your way to hands and knees. Do it slowly, do it carefully. We're coming off of props. And then we'll take a seated meditation to end. So it might be that you take your book or block or your cushion and you sit in between your heels like you may have done when we started. We're coming full circle. But perhaps you prefer to sit in a cross-legged position or even lie down on your back in a Shavasana final meditation. Palms up or down. If you're comfortable, close your eyes or just soften your gaze. And this is where we rest and digest. You can start to deepen your breath and eventually blink your eyes open if they were closed. Pause a moment. Find your way back into the room that you're in. And then let's place our hands on our heart. Grateful that we have this opportunity to move and breathe and then get still together. I'm Andrea. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I look forward to us doing this again together soon.